and welcome back. I'm Peyton. I'm an aspiring author currently revising the first draft of Project Old Lovers. And for the next few days, as long as I can manage in this week, we are going to be following Jane Austen's writing routine. I am so excited for this routine. It finally feels like spring, and there is no author that I think of more than Jane Austen when flowers start blooming and trees start blossoming and it starts to warm up and there are sunny days. There's nothing more that I want to do than read a Jane Austen book and drink a lavender latte or maybe even a cup of tea. I know some people aren't really into classic literature, but I am. I am one of those girlies who has always loved Jane Austen, and I was really excited to learn more about Jane Austen's writing routine. So what is Jane Austen's writing routine? So Jane would wake up early in the day. I don't have an exact time, but she would wake up early before the rest of her family to play piano. And then she'd have breakfast with the family around 9 a.m. Jane Austen was alive during the Regency era, and during this time, breakfast was one of the biggest meals of the day. So you would sit down and have tea or even coffee, and you'd have meats and eggs and cakes and bread like brioche, and then you'd have a big supper. And as a woman at that time, she did not work, but she spent her days doing chores around the house, sewing, visiting guests, going on walk, or welcoming guests that would visit her home. And the most interesting thing about Jane Austen is that she would find time to write every single day, even though women weren't supposed to be writing at that time. And then when she had supper, her family would all gather and play cards, games, have conversation, and they often read aloud. So it feels like a routine that will fit very well into modern day productivity reality. And I think we can make this work. So I really enjoy the fact that she wakes up and enjoys some kind of hobby. For me, I will be waking up early and walking my dog. That is something that is important to me, getting up and moving. That's kind of already something that I do. I will not wait until 9 a.m. to breakfast if I don't have to. That just doesn't seem quite realistic with my schedule. But the first day, I will have a very Regency Austen inspired breakfast. I'll make us some brioche and some eggs, but I won't go too heavy. And then immediately after breakfast, I will sit down to write. So after we get some writing done immediately after breakfast, then we will go on to our normal routine, take care of our normal to-do list. And then if we can fit in writing sessions at any point in the day, we're going to take advantage of that, just like Jane Austen would. I will not be eating dinner at 3 or 4 o'clock. I think my fiance would not be happy. That's too early for me, just won't work. But after dinner, we will have some reading time. And because it sounds so realistic, I'm going to try to do this routine for as long as I can for this entire week. That means trying to write every single day, trying to work on my book for at least 10 minutes. Lately, I've probably been working on my book once a week, maybe, and I do need to get back into it. So I'm hoping this routine will get me back on track with that. it's a Monday when the coffee shop is closed, and because I front-loaded all my errands to earlier in the week to kind of clear my schedule for this Monday, I get to really enjoy revision and working on my book, and that's something I feel like I haven't been able to do in longer than I would like to admit. Unfortunately, revision has been going at a snail's pace. While I've completed my read-throughs and my notes, what I'm mainly working on right now is taking all those notes and putting them into a digital sticky note system, basically. It's a software called Figma. I do think I'm going to make a tutorial on how I'm using Figma to revise, because once I posted about it on my Instagram stories, it got a lot of messages and responses. So I will be making that video soon, but revision is going slower than I would like, unfortunately. By the time this video is coming out, it's basically the end of April, and I still haven't started writing the second draft. I'm still just organizing my notes and kind of brainstorming ideas to write about. There are times when I'm getting really impatient with myself and feeling really bad that I haven't done more work on this, and then I feel like I should just jump in and start writing, but that completely defeats the whole purpose of what we're trying to set ourselves up for here, and it would make all the work that I've done so far invalid. I'm trying to be patient with myself. I know I have a lot going on with our wedding. We're actually going to our catering tasting later this afternoon, so that's a huge checklist item that we're getting done. And on top of that, I'm spending a lot of time behind bar at the coffee shop, and I'm also trying to get our grab and go and our bakery going. So we're expanding, and that's taking a lot of time. So I'm trying to be gentle with myself, reminding myself that even though I'm not working on my book and I'm not making as many YouTube videos right now, I am still working lots and lots of hours behind the scenes on projects late into the evening and very soon after I wake up. It's just a lot of these projects that I'm working on move at a snail's pace, and they have all these tiny little moving pieces. All right, it is tea time. It is actually almost 4 o'clock. This would be considered like dinner time in Regency era. Like, this is the time that Jane Austen and her family would sit down to dinner, 3-4 o'clock, but too early for me. So it is tea time. I'm drinking some Earl Grey tea, and I need it because I also can't believe how fast this day is going by or how tired I am. So this morning I finally finished compiling all of my draft 1 notes from my read through into my digital like sticky note file, and then I need to organize them, do some brainstorming. I don't think I'm going to get there today. It feels like I'm making very slow progress on revision and drafting, but I know it'll be worth it. The only time that I really start to get like worried about it is when I think about other people's perceptions, their opinions on my timeline. But in terms of everything that I'm doing right now, my workload, all the things that I have going on in my life, I'm very happy with the progress that I'm making. The fact that I am working on it at all, continuing to work on it after writing the first draft, just makes me happy. And I just kind of have faith. I have a feeling that it will get done. I'm not paranoid about it, I guess, because I'm not spending every weekend hanging out with friends. I'm not watching movies every night, sitting on the couch or like sitting on TikTok. I'm working, and then I get a few hours to myself in the evening that I need to recover. I'm happy with any and all progress that I can get. But that being said, so far, I'm really liking Jane Austen's routine because it is very realistic. Like, I think what makes her routine so easy to adapt into modern day is the fact that she wasn't allowed to let her life revolve around writing. Like, women weren't supposed to be writing. It was very secretive. So she was just writing at any point in the day that she could. That is so relatable. When you have so many things going on, I mean, her schedule looked very different from mine, but it's still that core fact of your life cannot revolve around writing. So today is a big day because Athena goes for her space surgery. I can't believe she's already old enough for this, but we gotta get a good walk in because she's gonna be on bed rest for the next week to 14 days. But that means I do have some time to get some really deep focus work done. So I'm starting to organize those notes, those digital sticky notes that I have on my story, and then I'm organizing them into categories: plot, character, world building, pacing, and then I'll sort those down even further. While it was slow at the coffee shop, instead of taking time to work on my book, I needed to work on a little side writing gig that I get paid for from time to time. This is definitely my favorite part of the day. You get to read. I am still reading Onyx Storm. I am behind. I know everyone has moved on to the new Hunger Games book, Sunrise on the Reaping. I'm still on Onyx Storm, and I'm going to enjoy some tea. I got these today. These are all herbal teas. They feel very springy and Jane Austen. I don't know if you can see the little animals. They feel very springy, and these are all very like springy fruity flavors. So there's like berry crumble, lemon macaroon, raspberry cookie, blueberry muffin, banana bread, and a shortcake, strawberry shortcake flavored tea. So I'm excited for these herbal teas. Like the cute little animals on the back. I think it's meant to be like an Easter gift, but it felt very fitting for what we're doing. I thought I was gonna do the berry crumble, but I think I might do the raspberry cookie tea instead. That sounds pretty good. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go snuggle with my post-surgery puppy and read for a bit and enjoy some tea. So it has probably been about a week, maybe two, since I filmed my Jane Austen writing routine. And I have to say, it's definitely been one of my favorites so far. Unfortunately, I didn't make it to Saturday like I wanted to. I think I could have done it if my dog hadn't have had spay surgery on that Wednesday, and that really kind of messed up my routine because she needed a lot of extra care after that. But I really like the basis of wake up early and do something that you love, like a hobby, and then find spurts of time to write throughout the day, or try and write right after breakfast, and then find slots of time throughout the day. That did work pretty well for me. While I first started working on my book, I did have some side writing projects, some paid side writing projects actually that I do from time to time pop up, and I did work on those. So I was still writing even though it wasn't on my book, and you know, it always feels good to get paid to write. So all in all, it's a great routine, and I think it was the perfect routine for spring when all the flowers are coming out. This time of year feels especially Austen-esque to me. And I did end up watching Pride and Prejudice again. My partner was literally like, oh my God, watch this a million times. Why do you need to watch it again? He doesn't understand. Any time is a good time to watch Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice. The spring is an especially good time, especially in April. It's been a while since I've done an author writing routine. If there's a specific author's routine you would like me to try, please let me know down in the comments. I would definitely like to try more as I'm working through revision, just to spice things up and see what works for me. I'm really hesitant to do any crazy early morning or late night ones. I know. Probably should get over it and just try it and see what happens. I'm just not thrilled at the idea of waking up at like 2 a.m. or something, or staying up until 2 a.m. But if there are any author routines you would like me to try, please let me know down in the comments. And if you made it this far, drop the little purple flower emoji, because that feels very Jane Austen to me, or a teapot. Purple flower or teapot down in the comments. And until next time, cheers.